What is good, YouTube? It's Afflicting, and today we get to have a lot of fun. We get to handle upgrading players, we get to go over the playoff picture, we get to go over season awards, and we get to talk about the season stats, and we get to cover that all in one episode. First off, let's handle upgrading players. And the way that I do it is I let it pile up for 6 weeks and then I handle them all in one episode. And I thought I would have a little bit more right now. But first off, we got Timmy Urban, who's got 2 upgrades. With the morale, he's up to an 81 overall. We are going to go strong arm though. I want him to be able to air that puppy out. That one got him up to an 82 overall. We got throw accuracy deep, throw accuracy mid, throw accuracy short, throw on the run, and throw under pressure, all +1. Gets him up in overall. And let's do that again. That one didn't get him up in overall. That one kind of hurts, so must not be a good one. Yeah, that one wasn't as good. Next up, we have our other rookie, Mitch Clements. He also has 2 upgrades. You already know we're gonna hit deep threat on him. He was 73 with morale before that. That got him up 1 to 74. We got a spec catch, we got release. I like to see that. Let's hit it again, and awesome, that gets him up another overall. So without morale, that's 72. He gets deep route, +2 release, spec catch, spin move. I think that was pretty good. That was a pretty good couple upgrades for Mitch. Tyler Guyton got an upgrade. He's our right tackle, and we are going to go power. I want a little power. That gets him up in overall. And let's see if we get anything good here. +2 lead buck, +4 plasma. That's crazy. That was actually one heck of an upgrade right there. Brandon Williams is next on the list. He's 83 overall, but with morale, he's up to 86. And I'm going to go slot. If I can get him up to 85, then he gets where I can do those abilities or different routes. It's not going to be able to get him on this one. That gets him up 1. I'm hoping that gets him up to 85 slot, but I don't think it is. Yeah, that wasn't a very good upgrade. +1 catching traffic, +1 short route. That gets him to 84 slot. You can see at the bottom, so that did not get him to 85, which is depressing, but he is very close. Next upgrade should get him there. Our boy Darren Lawton's 82 overall. With morale, he's only up +1. He solely does a elusive back that there's no chance to do anything else. So let's go ahead and hit that for him. He does get up and overall. +1 break tackle, +1 change of direction. That's pretty good. A +1 change of direction. I like to see that. I didn't know he could do that. Now we got a couple middle linebackers, so I'll kind of handle this fast. The first one's Damian Clark, and we're just going to go field general here. I probably should have done pass coverage. Now that I think about it, that was not the smartest. I think pass coverage gives me a chance at getting some KOs. So Cassidy Queen, we're gonna try to do pass coverage here. That gets him up and overall. I mean, I'm gonna have to get it to 85 for any good ones, so that gets us a step closer, but we're not there yet. Jeff Dyer gets an upgrade. He had one last time we did this, so I'm glad to see him upgrading a little bit. I think I'm gonna go power. I just like power. That gets them up and overall. Let's see if we can get another good one. +2 pass block, +2 run block. That was a really good one. 78, 79 with morale. I like this. He's only in his second year, so I like to see Dyer kind of balling out. Second to last, we got Max Yancey here, 77 overall. We ran a lot of zones, so you already know we're going zone. That gets him up +1 overall. And let's see if we get +2 zone. That's okay. It's not the best. Could have been 4. Maybe I'm being a little greedy. That's okay. We got our boy Jalen Hickman. He's still only a 68 overall, man. He got defensive player of the year in his rookie year, and it's kind of been downhill from there. We're gonna do zone, and he didn't even go up in overall with that, which is absolutely sickening. He did get +2 zone, but that is not gonna cut it. He is star dev, but he's just not progressing. We might have to look to replace him. Lastly, a lot of these players aren't actually people that touch my football field, so I'm just gonna upgrade all those. Besides Ian Wilford, we did draft him this year, so I will do an upgrade on him, and I'm gonna do vertical threat. I'd love for you to get a plus speed, but I don't think you're able to get plus speed anymore, and we're not. That wasn't a bad upgrade, but for a backup tight end, I guess we'll live with it. And for the rest of these bad boys, we're just gonna upgrade them all, so nothing else to see here. They don't ever touch my field. Next up on the agenda is going over the playoff picture, and it's a treat for you all because a lot of games have already been finished, so you're gonna see how some of the scores played out. Let's start off with the NFC, and up there you see the Cowboys got the #1 seed, and look at that upset. The Bears have beat the Packers and that Monstar team. That's a big win for the Bears. They really needed that. And then look at the next one up. The Panthers have beat the Giants. That's another upset. 2 upsets. I know that they are higher seeds in this league. The Packers and Giants are expected to win both those games. Lastly, we have the 49ers versus the Commanders. That game has not played off yet, and the Commanders, I think, are expected to win that one. They've been balling out, and I think I play the winner of that game. Yep, so the second and third seed will play each other, and that means I play whoever wins the Niners and the Commanders. Moving over to the AFC side, the Titans have the bye. The Chiefs have won easily their first game. The Bengals, who has won every single Super Bowl so far, he has 3 rings. Someone's got to try to stop it this year. He won the round 1 as well pretty easily. And lastly, we got the Dolphins versus the Ravens, and they have not started yet. So that's still on the agenda, but this should be a good playoff run, and I'm hoping we can do something crazy. Season stats. We're gonna start off with just the Cowboys, and of course at quarterback we got our rookie Timmy Urban. He had 6,264 yards. He had a 71% completion percentage, 57 TDs, 23 picks. We gotta lower down the picks. I think I sold last week throwing 6 picks. I'm afraid that cost me MVP, but we'll look at it after we go over the stats. But 131 rating, we can definitely live with that. And moving on to rushing, his rushing was insane. He actually led us in rushing too. He almost had 1,000 yards. I wish I could have figured out a way to get that done. But Darren Lawton had 17 TDs. That's a little bit down of where he's been, and he only had 574 yards. So it's going to be kind of a discussion when it comes up if we're going to give him another contract or what we're going to do with that situation there. And look at this receiving core. Our rookie Mitch Clements, only standing 5'10", but he had 2,300 yards and 23 TDs. What a monster year. We finally had a deep threat, a fast wide receiver, and he makes it happen. And Brandon Williams, dude, year 2, I drafted him in what, like the 4th or 5th round, and he's coming up with 1,700 yards, 17 TDs. That's big time. And our boy CeeDee Lamb almost got 1,000 yards, 7 TDs. I want him to be around here for the long haul, but if he comes up for a big contract and he's wanting like 30 million a year or something like that, we got 2 stud receivers, you know, so he is an option of we let him walk. Darren Lawton does a decent amount. He had almost 600 yards receiving, and then we had our tight end get 400, and Turpin, our veteran presence in the locker room, had almost 200. Our rookie backup tight end had 79 yards, which isn't much of anything. We had a few people down here, but they didn't do much of anything either. Defensively, look at our boy Micah Parsons, 30 sacks, and Preston Smith had 14. That was a great free agency signing. I don't think he got as much sacks as Clowney got last year, but 14 sacks, and for the price that we paid for him, we can definitely live with that. Damian Clark got 7. D-Law got 5, Bland got 3, Overshown got 3. Let's look at picks though. Marquise Bell kind of got a little quiet the second half of the season, but he started the season off so strong. He had 11, Cassidy Queen had 9, Trayvon Diggs had 6, Damian Clark had 4, Overshown 4, Hickman 4, and Yancey 2. So I mean, overall, I think we did a lot of good things on defense. It was one of our better defensive years. We just need to get a little bit more abilities on that squad because we're missing that right now. Let's go over the whole NFL now. Justin Herbert led the way with 7,700 passing yards. Preston McLeod had 2nd place, Josh Allen 3rd, and JJ McCarthy 4th. And we're down here a little bit of the ways. We're number 7 with Timmy Urban. But if you look at these stats, let's sort by TDs. So Herbert led with TDs, Tua had 2nd, McCarthy 3, Mahomes 4. So we're a little bit further down the list with TDs. We're about 9th on the list, which isn't going to cut it. But you got to factor in how many picks all these guys had. Because look, if you sort by picks, Anthony Richardson led the way. Trey Lance was up there. But look at this, Justin Herbert's up here. Preston Carmichael's up here. Or no, this is Peyton Carmichael, sorry. But a lot of those players you saw near the top also had a lot of picks. So let's sort by that. Look at this. Justin had 47, Preston 33, Josh Allen 39, McCarthy 38. So Tim down here at 23 is on the lower end, but I need to get that lower. I need to get that under 20. We cannot turn the ball over. And look at Tua. I can't imagine a scenario that we win MVP over Tua, even though that we were leading it. But look at this. He had 14 more TDs and 3 less picks. Looking at rushing, I know Darren's nowhere near here, but Kenneth Walker led the way. Daniel Davenport, I don't even know who that is, got 2nd. Gibbs got 3rd. Jalen Wright 4th, and Kyron Williams got 5th. If we're looking at TDs, Terry Silver led the way. Davenport got 2nd, and look at Lawton. He's in the top 6 of TDs. I don't know how that happened. Looking at receiving to end it, Mitch Clements got 2nd. The Bills receiver got 1st with 2,500 yards. Clements, though, for a rookie, got 2nd. That's pretty insane. Conway got 3rd. Perkins, the 99 speed receiver, is going to be right at 2K. And look at this. We got George Kittle up around the best tight end at 1900. And I'm going to slowly go down here. I'm expecting, oh, sorry, wrong one. I'm going to go to rushing and I'm going to look at QBs and see if there's anyone above Timmy Urban. This is the first QB. Let's go. Timmy Urban led the way out of quarterbacks rushing. Lamar Jackson is right behind him at 770 yards, but Lamar did have a lot more TDs. But touching on receiving touchdowns, I know I was just all over the place. Hang in there with me. I know y'all can. If we're looking at TDs, Dorsey led it with 25, Briscoe second, and Boykin and Clements and Perkins and Konko and Bond all tied at 23. So we tied for third there, but let's look at defense to end it. Before we look at awards, at sacks, it should be Micah. Better be my boy. Look at that. Micah won by over 10. That's one heck of a year. Parsons can have whatever dollar amount he wants. He's definitely earned it. Thibodeau got second. Look at that. The Giants has 2 peoples up here in the top 4. That's insane. Browning. And then lastly, Greg Rosso fills out the top 5. We look at picks. We got Jamin Davis at 16. Derwin James second. And look at Marquise Bell. He's up here at third. You love to see that. He's actually tied for third though with Julius Brents, Julian Love, and Matthew McHale. So overall, we had a lot of Cowboys kind of showing out, but we can do a little better. The moment of truth, and we did sell the MVP. We were first going into the last game, and I threw 6 picks, and that's, let's be honest, that hurts Urban's legacy. Giving up MVP to Tua, that is just devastating. Will Levis got third, Patrick Mahomes had fourth, and I don't know if we're gonna get any abilities on Urban now, because I think he's star dev, so that might get him to superstar. But if we got MVP, that should have got X Factor, so that's just devastating. You can roast me in the comments. I definitely deserve it. Coach of the year is the Titans, and I'm way down here. What the heck? Money Miller at number 9. That's some buns. I deserve to be up there. Let's look at NFC awards though. Offensive player of the year goes to our rookie receiver. Look at that. Not even rookies, just overall offensive player. Mitch Clements leads the way. That's insane. Defensive player of the year is Micah Parsons. Well deserved. 30 sacks. That's just a man. Offensive rookie of the year, poor Urban was third. I don't know how he's second in the MVP race, and then he's third in offensive rookie of the year. I don't know who this Bond guy is, but that's just, they're cheating my boy Timmy Urban. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. That is awful. I hope I get at least something. Defensive rookie of the year goes to some rookie the Bears had. And best QB, we lose best QB too. This is gonna eat at me, I'm gonna be honest. Best running back is Jalen Wright. I don't think Darren's anywhere near there. Oh, he's number 9 on the list. Best wide receivers, Mitch Clements. And we look at that, Brandon Williams at number 8. You like to see that. Micah Parsons leads the way at defensive line. Look at that, Preston Smith at number 3. What a free agency signing. Best linebackers, we got Thibodeau and Burns, and Damian Clark and Cassidy Queen are down here at 7 and 9. Best defensive back, baby. Go get it, Marquise. He got number 1, and I don't see any other Cowboys. Best kicker? Oh, boo. Brandon Aubrey's not in the top 10, so you know that's not a real list. That's some BS right there. Either way, we're going to wrap it up there. I'm excited for playoffs, letting Timmy Urban have a chance at playoffs. I can't believe we sold MVP. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be sick about that for years to come. But hopefully he has some abilities going into next year. Then he can definitely win MVP. But let's not worry about that. Hey, stop it, Chance. Come on. We got to lock it in for playoffs here. This is our first chance. Well, actually, we've came up short for 3 straight years. So this is our chance to turn it around. And we got to make it happen. So next episode will be playoffs. But until then, it's Afflicting. And I'm out. Peace.